All right, guys. So I guess we're on chat 2. That was fun. I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I find there to be a lot of utility in not extending one's arguments into La La Land. If you've got a good argument, it should be obvious without overextending it. So usually when you start impugning people's motives to be murderous, it's not such an effective strategy. Lord. I guess I'm going to scroll through chat here. I think when the stream restarted, I lost most of the old chat. I saved it in the text document, but I'd prefer you to just I don't even have a whole copy of the old chat. It's sad that I can't keep a copy of that stuff because I just cycle through it too quick. So if you have something you want me to talk about, now's the time. What do I think of mesh networks to combat net neutrality? Well, first, a mesh network would enforce net neutrality because you'd be in control of your own communication without someone else molesting it. That's what neutrality is, right? The problem with mesh networks is that things become choke points and they suck your battery away. If you could pay for your traffic, perhaps using Lightning Network, then mesh network plus Lightning Network would make a pretty cool ICO. Just saying. A lot of people are saying that the last interview was good. I'm glad people enjoyed it. I think I tried to present the stop molesting people's private communications in the best light that I could. I guess I could bring someone else on if they felt differently. Please talk about Bitcoin now. The price is like $9,300. I hope you like that. Do I think the resurfacing of net neutrality is because ISPs smell the coming of decentralized ISPs? No. You ain't going to have a decentralized ISP anytime soon at all because you're limited by the real world. There's one fiber, there's one cable coax, there's one copper pair, and there's very limited bandwidth that's already been auctioned off to multi-billion-dollar companies. So what's left for you? How are you going to communicate with your peers? You have a physical real world problem that bickering and making laws doesn't actually fix, right? We have a limited amount of pipes by which to transmit data. So since you can't fix the pipes problem, the only thing you can do is enforce pipe sharing and try and get people to compete on adding value to the common, to the utility. So being a dumb pipe is a utility, and the more like a utility it's regulated and the less people molest it, the better it's going to be for users. What do I think the big boost to 10,000 is coming from? New people or big investors? Both. Update on my coin. We got a Delaware Corp and basically making choices, How long do you leave the offering open for? Are there bonuses? Blah, blah, blah. Choices have to be made. So the sooner I can quit being so enthused about the high Bitcoin price, the sooner I can do that, which should add much value to the world, which is the token, the network that it powers. What role will smart contracts have in deregulating the government and fixing bad laws? Nothing. Nothing at all. Because smart contracts aren't smart. Smart contracts are actually stupid. A smart contract is a contract written in a language you can't understand. Is that good? No. Real contracts are currently much better than smart contracts. The only place smart contracts have in the world is for digital to digital, and most of the world isn't digital. So atomic cross swaps is a great example of a smart contract that works fabulously. But until you can fix oracles and detect the real world reliably, free from Sybil attack and molestation and collusion, smart contracts will remain stupid and buggy and lose people a lot of money, as they have. Hey, you know that thing that you used a smart contract for that was good? Nope. And it's not because they haven't been around for a long time. They have. The problems with smart contracts are obvious and glaring, and the benefits are currently non-existent, except for atomic cross swaps and maybe second-tier tokens, if you want to call those smart contracts. I was just reading more of the Rage Quit stuff. Yeah, everyone's a statist, and everyone should be a statist, because there are certain things that should be illegal, and we all know that they should be illegal, and therefore they should be enshrined in law. You shouldn't be able to violate people's rights. You shouldn't be able to have slaves, you know? There are laws that are good. There's probably more good laws than bad. What life extending projects are you excited about? I guess, anything Aubrey de Grey and the Sens Foundation says is good. I like more engineering, less research. I don't want to know how things work. I just want to try stuff until something works. I'm kind of more partial to the brute forcing. Let's try it and see what can get done. You can learn by mistake or you can learn on purpose. Learning on purpose works better. So I'd rather directly attack engineering innovations in the medical science fields than keep trying to understand all the ways that things are broken. Oh, look, it's broken like this, and it's broken like that, and it's broken like this, and it sucks like this, and it sucks like that. And you're like, okay, it sucks a lot of different ways. Can we try some fixes and see if the fixes are any okay? There's just not a lot of focus on engineering innovation. There's way too much focus on why things suck. You can't, if you think about why you're fat, it doesn't lift the weight. You got to lift the weight. Why does my stream say I'm offline? I hope it's lying to me. Stream, can you confirm that I am actually online, please? What's my stance on Bcash? Still garbage. Will likely always be garbage. Few devs, bad devs, centralized, trash. I mean, it's literally many releases behind when it forked. A lot of innovation has occurred that may never make it into their fake imposter coin. People are saying I'm online. Sweet, that's good. Blake says, the more numerous the laws, the more corrupt the state. Not really. There's better and worse governments. You can have good laws, poorly enforced. You can have bad laws, poorly enforced. You can have good laws enforced well. You could have bad laws enforced well. This wide range of stuff, this blanket appeal to difficulty, that there can be no good government because government's hard, is stupid. It's like saying there can be no good computer because computing is hard. There can be no good fitness because fitness is hard. Appeals to being hard are retarded, okay? Life is hard, and yet progress can and is made constantly, regardless of the difficulty. So this concept that there can be no good government and there can be no good law, and the only good law is no law, is stupid, because everyone supports laws. They just support the laws that they like. So Bruce dreams that he's an ISP, and in his brain, he really thinks that he's an ISP and that his rights are being violated. But in the real world, he's a scrub user, and the ISP gets to see everything he does, when he logs on, when he logs off, what he reads, the context of all the emails. So if you dream you're badass and powerful, and you try and make laws to benefit your badass, powerful self, but you're actually a chump, it's not good, right? you're harming yourself, okay? If you think that you're a millionaire and you like vote for laws that benefit millionaires, but you're not a millionaire, all you're doing is reducing the chances you ever become one, right? You got to understand what your benefit is and what the common man's benefit is. And the common man's benefit is to not have his private communications molested by a bunch of corporate assholes that are trying to, basically harm him for profit. It's not good. Universal basic income, good or bad? Good. You'll have to have it. Once the machines take enough jobs, you're going to have universal basic income, because the machines and technology will take jobs faster than we can retrain people and find new things that we want to consume the excess capacity. For instance, self-driving cars should, in large part, remove most of the most common job in the world. The most common, at least in the United States, the most common job in the United States is being a driver. The most common job in the United States is driving. Well, as soon as the machines do that better than the people, I think 1% of the workforce is unemployed, like that. You better have some universal basic income, or those people, when they run out of money, you might not like what they do with their free time, breaking into your house, taking your stuff instead of starving, right? Let's get on the list here. Any thoughts on, well, look, my view on democracy is like unique, I guess. I believe that governments are made up of people, and people can be better and worse, smarter and stupider. And if you want smarter, better people, it helps to pay. The more you pay, the higher quality of applicant you can get. So if you want your government to work well and be full of smart, effective people, you should pay them. You should pay them well. And then you'll have a government that works better, because it is better, because it consists of people who are smarter and more effective. So your elected officials should get paid more so that we can have better quality applicant. Then we should choose them using a better voting system, such as a ranked list, such as the Condorcet method, or others. And then, instead of getting a single data point from the voter, I want this guy, and then just silence, you get, I want this guy. But if I can't get him, I'll take him. If I can't get him, I'll take him. And if I can't get him, I'll take him. Then you can combine the lists. And when you combine the lists, you go, you know what? These people only want that crazy dude. And those people only want that crazy dude. But they both like this other third dude. Pretty cool, pretty chill. They like him, they like him. Consensus, progress. Better people running for office because they get paid more. Better voting system, ranked lists instead of just giving a single data point. It's stupid. 3, voting tests. If I wouldn't trust you to cut my hair, maybe I don't trust you to work on my democracy. If I don't trust you to manage your personal finances, maybe you're not qualified to choose the guy that manages the country's finances. So why don't we have better applicants chosen through a better voting system, voted on by qualified voters? Is there risk? Yep, you can make a terrible test. Oh, look, here's a question on washcloths that white people can't get. Whatever, right? You can make a bad test. But you could also do like you do in almost every other profession, make a good test. And then the world will work better. Improvement. Incremental improvement. Makes the world better. You don't have to make it perfect. By the way, I did a video about that. It's on my YouTube channel if you want to see it. I think it's choosing the lesser of two evils sucks, or describe your politics like your sandwich. I can't remember which one. I've made quite a few videos. On down the list, we need more localized government. I don't know about that. Local governments are, I don't know about that. If you want to see government running poorly, local governments are usually the best example of poorly run governments. More corruption, less checks and balances, more stupid, petty infighting. Like, I don't think you want to use local governments as a role model for larger systems. reading the chat here. Roger Ver said the core wants more expensive transactions. I don't think they do. Why would they have rolled out SegWit, which makes transactions cheaper, which enables Lightning Network, which makes transactions nearly free? Why is making a block size increase on their roadmap? Why is saving space with MAST and Schnorr signatures on their roadmap? They want lower fees, but they aren't willing to take huge systematic risks early in order to get lower fees, because security is more important than fees. How is it possible that Bitcoin Gold, a few weeks old Bitcoin fork, has a bigger market cap than altcoins that build their technology and community for several years? I don't know. I really don't know. Seems unfair, right? You know what? That's life. That's how it is. I'm all right with it. As a Bitcoin holder, I'm okay with it. Every country has the government it deserves. Joseph de Maistre. All right, maybe, probably not. I think some people have worse governments than they deserve. Probably Venezuela, probably most communist nations. You're kind of stretching the word deserve there, right? It's not easy to sacrifice yourself and your family and everything you've ever worked for in the hopes that it all works out and the government turns out better. Very risky play. It's like being the first guy to charge the jackbooted thugs with the tasers and the tear gas. I guess you could be the first one in, but boy, it's going to hurt when they shoot you in the balls with that 40 millimeter round with the beanbag in it, right? Maybe they use 37 millimeter. I'm going to use 40. I think they use 40. Will I be able to quit my job with universal basic income? Maybe, but do you like being poor? I think most people would just continue to work. The vast majority of people work harder than they need to and spend more than they need to and enjoy living that life, or if not enjoy it, at least continue to make that choice. So everyone that you know that's got their credit cards maxed out, shit they don't need, I don't think universal basic income is really going to cause people to just sit around. They prefer to work and have cooler stuff, is my opinion. The federal government works better than the state, lol. Yeah, it does. Check it out. It's more eyeballs on it. Harder to get away with corruption. State, less eyeballs, more corruption. It's that easy. Richard, you killed it. Thank you, sir. I try. I mean, I do take the unfair characterizations pretty well. I did get called a child, infant, flash bomb grenading, anti-Semite, brown person blow-upper, responsible for all the evil of the world. I took it pretty well, I think. I doubt I'll receive worse insults in the next couple hours, but we'll see. Do any of your views on government bleed into how you feel crypto should be governed? No, they're not similar at all. No. What about a government run by a blockchain? That's stupid. If it touches the real world, you're going to have to play the hard game of actual talking to real humans. Blockchain is just accounting. And the accounting only matters if we make it matter by socially caring about it, right? So, the value that we give Bitcoin through the tickles and interpersonal interchange of value, it's the only reason the accounting system matters. If we stopped caring about the accounting system would matter. So, what are you going to have a blockchain do what? Like, would it block connected or not? It says I'm connected again. Great. Thanks, Blake. Appreciate you coming by, man. These These lights are hot, dude. I think I'm just gonna call it quits. You guys have, I don't know, 2 more minutes to ask me a super cool question, or I'm out. I'll just stare at the Bitcoin price going up, which currently is 93.30. It's pretty good. Yep. I don't see any interesting questions. Chat, you've been amazing. Subscribe to my Twitter, Richard Hartwin. Go on my Telegram channel. Got like 1,000 or 1,100 people in there. Links on my Twitter. What else? Got a Discord channel. Got a token that'll come out at some point. Does computational fluid dynamics, supercomputing network. Cool stuff. What else? If you're going to long or short Bitcoin, use my BitMEX link. If you're going to buy or sell Bitcoin or whatever, you're doing on Bitfinex, use my link. And that's it, I think. Yeah. It's good talking to you guys. Later, y'all.